Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you for God for His blessings. So I have the opportunity to deliver this topic, this presentation today. So my name is Roy Saputra, and in this video I would like to present my topic entitled Children versus of the Adults in Second Language Learning. Many people believe that children are always better at learning a second language than adults. However, according to psycholinguistic research, the answer is not that simple because language learning is influenced by many factors. Before discussing children and adults, let's first understand the concept of second language learning. A first language, or L1, is the language acquired from birth. A second language, or L2, is a language learned after the first language. For example, Indonesian students learning English are learning a second language. And the next question is, what factors influence the success of learning it? According to the book, there are two major factors affecting second language learning. First is psychological factors, including intellectual processing, memory, motor skill, motivation, and attitude. The second is social factors, including the learning environment and opportunities to use the language. Let's begin with the first psychological factor, which is intellectual processing. There are two ways people learn language. The first is explication, which means learning through explanation and grammar rules. The second is induction, which means learning by discovering language patterns naturally through exposure. And generally, adults are better at explication, while children are stronger in induction. Besides intellectual processing, another important factor is memory. Memory plays an important role in language learning. It helps learners remember vocabulary, grammar structure, and language experience. Children are usually have strong memorization abilities, especially for language sounds and patterns. However, memory changes gradually with age. In addition to memory, pronunciation is also affected by another factor called motor skill. Motor skills refer to ability to control the muscles involved in speaking. These include the tongue, lips, mouth, and vocal cords. Because children's motor skills are more flexible, they often achieve better pronunciation and more native-like accent than adults. Another important factor is motivation. Motivation is the desire to learn a language. Attitude refers to a learner's feelings toward the language, its speakers, and the learning process. Positive motivation and attitude usually lead to better learning outcomes. Now, let's move to social factors that affect language learning. Natural situation occurs when language is learned through daily communication and interaction. For example, a child who moves to another country and plays with local children learns the language naturally. Research shows that children often perform better than adults in this situation. Besides learning naturally, language can also be learned in a formal environment, such as a classroom. A classroom situation is a formal learning environment with teachers, books, and lessons. In this situation, Adults and older learners often perform better because they can understand explanation, analyze grammar, and follow structured instruction. Another important social factor is where the language is learned, which brings us to ESL and EFL context. ESL means English as a second language. This happens when English is learned in an English-speaking environment. EFL means English as a foreign language. This happens when English is learned in a country where English is not used in daily life, such as Indonesia. After understanding this learning context, we can now discuss one of the most debated topics in language learning, the critical age hypothesis. One important question is whether there is a critical age for language learning. Research suggests that age has a stronger effect on pronunciation than on grammar. Adults can still achieve high level of grammar proficiency, but native-like pronunciation is usually easier for children. Based on all these factors, we can now compare the strength of children and adults in learning a second language. To conclude, children are not always better than adults in second language learning. Children are generally stronger in pronunciation and natural language acquisition than adults, are generally stronger in grammar learning and classroom-based learning. Therefore, success in language learning depends not only on age, but also on motivation, attitude, environment, and learning opportunities. Thank you. That's all from me. Thank you for attention. See ya.